welcome once again to LMTV Live. This is the national broadcaster of the Liberia broadcasting system, and it's exactly 23 minutes past 2 o'clock. My name is Ayesiniva, and our judicial reporter Fabin Kuya is already making her way in the chambers of the Supreme Court, and we are being informed that members of the majority bloc are making their way now right into the grounds of the Supreme Court of Liberia. So state securities and court officers assigned at the main entrance of the Supreme Court of Liberia have locked the main gate, but I'm seeing there is order coming from state security, and it seems to me we don't know who exactly they are, but
this is Saga on TV bringing you live coverage from the grounds of
looking from a distance. I see members from the minority bloc, that is these are members from the minority bloc. I see Representative Marvin Cole, Sismo Moba, Frank Safoko. I see
Brands of the Supreme Court, Temple of Justice.
So they are marching
where
they are all from the minority bloc.
So we're using the
what's the expectation?
Well, our expectation different. Would not be different than the rule of law being upheld. And we believe in the wisdom and the understanding of the Supreme Court.
to each of the system.
We believe the rule of law must prevail, the rule of law must be upheld. That is what we believe.
You have always moved with the speaker, and now coming to hear the final ruling today, you are coming alone.
It doesn't matter. I don't know when you talk about coming here alone, we have school of lawmakers. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is he going to be here?
Well, folks, so the lawmakers from the minority bloc have just arrived here at the grounds of the Supreme Court, and they are making their way into the main chambers where final ruling in the ongoing saga at the National Legislature will be decided today. So as we look from this point, we see a group of women with placards and they are in support of Speaker Jonathan Kofa, as I read from the placards they are carrying. What is? Earlier on today, when we arrived here, this place was like a ghost camp here. Until now, where we have huge police presence right in front of the main entrance of the Supreme Court of Liberia. This has been a haul and pull from members of the majority bloc that is considered as the anti-Kofa bloc, and those from the minority bloc are also being considered as supporters of Speaker Jonathan Funanti Kofa. So, as usual, on the grounds of the Supreme Court, you will have bystanders who have developed interest in the case. Some will come here to get first-hand information and don't want to be told so I see officers of the Liberia National Police and court officers are trying to engage the women who have come here with placards. Some of the instructions are all in support of Speaker Funanti Kofa. As you may be aware, it's been a month plus since the impasse at the House of Representatives started, when lawmakers attack the majority bloc, wrote a resolution with several counts against Speaker Funanti Kofa, some of which they allege that the Speaker has been unilaterally taking decisions and has been involved in consultancy work for several government institutions and companies, to include ArcelorMittal Liberia, the National Port Authority, they allege also of the Speaker failure to provide their benefits, to include gasoline, among other things. That resolution was the beginning point of this crisis when they opted for the removal of House Speaker Jonathan Funantikufa. And after which a quorum was obtained, and after which they later requested the presence of Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala to move over to their side of the divide, and that Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala was also written on 3 different occasions, of which he had to appear because he was also being warned that failure on his part to go to the invite from the majority bloc would have left the body with no option but to declare his position vacant. That later on, that later on went on for a while when the Deputy House Speaker Thomas Fala moved over to the majority bloc, paving the way now for a business that was being carried out by the majority bloc. And in that instant, they had the deputy chief clerk who was also with them, and he received the draft national budget 2025. That budget was actually turned over to the majority bloc, and it was being received. The body set up a committee to investigate some of their colleagues who complained was brought forth before the plenary, to include Representative Josiah Marvin Cole. So as we watch, we are looking, this is the chair on the executive who was appointed by Speaker Thomas Fala and endorsed by the Speaker-elect from the majority bloc side, Richie Kun. His Sekukane just arrived here at the grounds of, on the grounds of the Supreme Court, and he's making a way in. Already we saw members from the minority bloc, Josiah Marvin Cole, Bon County District 3 lawmaker. We saw Representative Frank Safoko of Monrovia County District 9, Buka Kamara of District 14. They are already in, and as we speak, our judicial report of having queries is already in the main chambers of the Supreme Court of Liberia. LNTV Live from the grounds of the Supreme Court, where the huge holy presence is being felt at the moment from the both entrances, that is the front and the back of the Supreme Court of Liberia. So this case is a matter of concern to many Liberians. These are lawmakers who represent 73 districts, electoral districts across Liberia. So we are yet to see the lawmaker of District Number 4 who has been playing the legal role for the majority bloc, Honorable Marcus Thomas, lawmakers are gradually making their way in. So this has been a long journey. So now we are making way for Yasasua, who is a son at the National Legislature for LNTV. And we've been doing this live coverage from the start of this saga. So she's coming now to weigh in on Supreme Court ruling, right? Sorry for the break in. We are doing everything possible to make sure that you have this broadcast coming to you. So
folks,
once again, Yasa, I want to say welcome to LNTV.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Folks, wherever you are, however you come across this live broadcast, we'd like to say welcome to ELBC 99.9. And also, we are broadcasting live on our Facebook page, LNTV Live, and as well as ELBC Radio 99.9. Today, we are here at the Supreme Court. If you have been following the most talk about, activities right now at the grounds of the Capitol building, we are here today at the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court have invited, members from the majority and minority bloc to see how best, they can precise or ruling and be able to settle this matter once and for all. So if you have been following us at Capitol building, we have been on this issue for like months now. So we are here today. We just witnessed the majority bloc leader, That's Honorable Rachel Kuhn. We saw his appearance here today, and he have already made his way there. And we saw, yeah, and other lawmakers like Honorable Samuel Koga, who has just arrived here, and he has made his way up there to see how best this issue can be settled. But how be it, we have people from different areas, different aspects. They are here today to witness this most famous ruling. We are saying, people are here to witness the most talked about ruling, because it's concerning as a country, and we all as Liberians. We want to see how best this issue can be pulled and brought and settled. We want to see how best this issue can be settled. So when you flip the camera on this side, you see the police. They are here, making sure that everything that happening here today can be put on course. So the police is there. They are there. They are not doing anything really. They are just posted just in case for any rally or so. But so far the place has been peaceful, and we are seeing the like a few other lawmakers. So by 3 o'clock the voting process starts. So my colleague Ayazon, Masiami, and we are here to bring you all of the happenings and trending issue. So we have our ELBC reporter, that's Fabien Kuya. She's there, making sure that all of what that is discussed in there can be broadcast to the state radio. So how be it, we are here to provide all of the happenings. So Ayazon.
So thank you very much, Yasa Suba. She's been following Yasa has been following the impasse at the House of Representatives from day one, and today seems to be the D-Day that you made, because the ruling from the Supreme Court is what both sides of the divide are anticipating should really go in favor of the minority or the majority. So we look forward to see that. But as you watch, you see former Monrovia County District 3 lawmakers. She's Honorable Kubu, and she's also an Anthony, and she's here. So at this point, you see legal-minded individual, judicial.
Yesterday, Arizona, we have been following. But yesterday we were at the Capitol building, and we saw the invited speaker. We noticed that he was there. He drove his car, and he was all by himself. We did not see when this whole saga starts, those that were accompanying him. We didn't see any one of them. Isn't that concerning?
Yeah. So this is why I actually posed the question to Representative Marvin Cole when they just arrived here briefly. They have been moving all along with the speaker, J. Funati Kofa. But then now this is a serious matter where the Supreme Court of Liberia is expected to rule in the ongoing saga at the Capitol building. So one would have expected to see the speaker coming along, but then what he said was that what is wrong with the speaker not coming here? They are members of the speaker bloc. So as you speak, I see Representative Dawon Glikia of Lima County. I also see Representative Abba Kokolo Jones. Representative Abba Jones, welcome to LMT. Well, since they want to remain new, and two lawmakers, Abba Jones, this is Representative Foley Formula of Bon County, and P. Marjorie, and so two lawmakers from the majority bloc.
They are here to
They are coming gradually. So yes, while we were speaking,
Yeah.
we saw the arrival of Tomo.
From district number 4, Monserrate County.
Monserrate County. President Tomo, welcome to Allen TV, sir. Welcome.
We are hopeful because Supreme Court rulings and decisions are basically based on precedent. So there are precedent cases in Liberia that will be a determinatory factor, for today's ruling. And we can anticipate to a larger extent that the Supreme Court will not outrule its own judgment in major precedent cases. One of them is the Maryborough case. Another one is Snow versus Ketekumi Murray and other legislators. Another one is Speaker Tyler and other members of the legislature. The court has held under the doctrine of the political question that the Supreme Court will not intervene into political matters. And under Article 3 of the Constitution of Liberia, it is clear and unambiguous that there are three separate and coordinated branches of government, and that each branch has a constitutional mandate and functionality. The Supreme Court has a mandate to interpret law and also to make law in cases. And equally, the legislature has three cardinal functions, which you all are aware of. Of course, the executive has its own constitutional mandate. So no one branch of government has any exclusive authority to stall the constitutional mandate or function of another branch.
So if this really doesn't go your way today, do you think it's going to be a right precedent?
So one thing I can say to you, Article 65 and 66 of our Constitution give the Supreme Court the exclusive authority as the final arbiter of justice. Whatever decision that is handed down today by the Supreme Court remain law and gospel, and it will be respected by every party, regardless of what front, whether left or right, whether majority or minority. I can say to you, we are 73 lawmakers. We were elected for 6 years. We are just concluding the first 1 year. We got 5 more years to sit down in one room. The work of the Liberian people has to go on, and we need to make impact in Liberia. So whatever the ruling is, I can say to you 100%.
Let me say, at what point did
I'm a lawyer and I respect of the law.
So, yes, Monserrate County District Food lawmaker Honorable Marco Thomas, they're giving his candid opinion on the matter. So he has said that he is a respecter of the law, and the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of justice. So whatever decision that the Supreme Court will come up with today should be respected by both the majority and the minority bloc. He also said they were elected for 6 the business of the and we have not gone complete 1 year, and this the impact and they also represent they have overshadowed the workings at the legislature. To be specific, they also represent. Yes, I did listen to Representative Marco Thomas giving his own opinion about what is expected to happen here today. if the ruling should go their way as majority, then or the minority, specify the Supreme Court is going to find a arbiter of justice.
Right.
They are going to
Right. I think, for me, I think it's a fair statement because, the Supreme Court is the last, place of order where people go to whenever, you are feeling disenchanted or you are feeling dissatisfied, you come here to bring your Supreme Court, your case. So, I mean, I think the letter Honorable James You're saying Honorable James Fuller, he just arrived here?
Interrupt my colleague Yasa Suba. Right on that point that was being made by her to make way for an interview with Representative Jean Collet.
The function of another branch of government, the legislature is the first branch of government. The working of the legislature is solely at the discretion of the legislators. So the Supreme Court, in the spirit of coordination, cannot tell what to do.
What if the ruling does not go in your favor?
I just said to you, the Supreme Court cannot tell what to do. And mark that words, you will observe that in a ruling, I anticipate that the clause, we do not have the authority to interfere, consistent with the doctrine of separation of power and the political question doctrine. If you don't find it there, never you believe me, trust me. It is the law. I'm not the one who wrote it. The Mirror case is there. The Ellen Snow case is there. And raw line of cases. If you were here for the argument, you heard the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice kept asking Councilor Arthur Johnson, subject matter jurisdiction. In the first thing the Chief Justice said that day, so we do not have the authority to declare the act of the legislator unconstitutional. So like I said to people, what the prayer that the former speaker came for? Wash up for the prayer. What was the prayer? One of the prayer is to declare our city unconstitutional. The Chief Justice in the deliberation consistent and repeatedly telling you, we do not have the power to declare this no action unconstitutional. So if our action is not declared unconstitutional, it is a clear manifestation that everything we did were illegal. Are you understanding that? Are you getting me right? If my action is not unconstitutional, then what I did was not legal. You saw the Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Justice came in and saying their argument. They could not form a part or intervene in the matter because the Ministry of Justice has a statutory responsibility whenever the statute is violated or the law is violated to stand by the side of the law. Ministry of Justice said, Your Honor, there was no law violated. So what else you want to see? We saw, like I said to people, sometimes when we cover these events, we as media practitioners, we should be able to see the practical reality and sometimes inform the listening audience. Because you are the best judges. Someone will say Colette is a party to the suit. Colette will not be able to give the actual story as unfolding, right? But some of you people were around doing the hearing, the argument. You know, say, Minister of Justice said, Your Honor, as far as we are concerned, there was no law violated. And their prayer was granted.
President Kola, I want you to speak to the issue about the budget they resubmitted to.
Oh, that is laughable. That is laughable. The evidence are there. You know, that tells the Liberian people how desperate Comrade Kofa is. That tells the Liberian how desperate Comrade Kofa is.
What do you mean desperate?
Desperate to seize authority that is lacking. You saw the Minister of Information debunk him and said that they never resubmitted budget. You saw the Minister of Finance debunk him. They said they never resubmitted budget. It is the 73 copies of the budget that was delivered to the clerk office. It is those 73 copies that went with the presence of security. They took those copies, they started giving, and they pretended as if they were the one in charge. But that's not the issue. While we are waiting the ruling, I think one thing for me is more troubling to me is the loss of a statesman, a father, one of the political guru, I call political guru of this country in person, Senator Johnson. I think it's something that for some of us we are downhearted with. And in the process of his death, people using his car for his home again, involving an accident to lost another life. I think it's something that is quite disturbing for
So
me.
if the ruling today doesn't go in your favor, so if the ruling today doesn't go in your favor, you still move on in remote.
It tells me that everything I said, you didn't listen to it.
I listened to you.
No, you did not. You did not. You did not.
The Constitution gave the Supreme Court the right to preside and make decision as the final arbitrary of law.
So where was I?
Here you asking
when the Supreme Court herself, in prison cases has told us repeatedly, we cannot interfere. You remember what the guy did? Just a minute. The lady who was involved with the white guy a few months back, Jessica Lord. When we invited the judge, the Supreme Court said no. The House of Representatives does not have jurisdiction. You understand that? It is not within your purview, it's not within your power limit.
Then why are you here? Since the Supreme Court cannot decide, why are you here?
We are here because our actions is in respect to the rule of law. We want those who doubt the Supreme Court saying in the past in prison cases, let it re-echo it to them.
In respect to the rule of law, will you respect the court proceeding if it goes either way?
I just said to you, the prison cases, the law controlling our jurisdiction, it is clear. The argument provided, it is clear.
You respect the rule of law.
Tell the legislator.
Will you respect the rule of law? So you can't respect the rule of law.
I just said the prison cases are there, and you can read for yourself, and you can come and bring to that plan with Okay. So you want to respect the rule of
So we are witnessing the presence of Senator Musa Asambelepe here at the grounds of the Supreme Court.
The court will decide whether Nigeria will be a lawless country or Nigeria will be a lawful country. It's all in the court here now.
Some police have said earlier on that the Supreme Court not determine when the House of Representatives go in terms of making administrative decisions. What is the statement?
I did not hear what they say. I cannot respond to what I did not hear. But what I'm saying is that the sanctity of our democracy is online. The stability of our nation is online, and all of that are in the hands of the Supreme Court.
Are you seeing something happen democratically?
It's in the court hand. I will respond to whatever decision they make when they make it. At this time, I cannot prejudge them. They have a responsibility to uphold the law, and we are hoping that that's what they are going to do. They should bring Senate among lawmakers to have to resolve the impact that's going to take place at the hospital. What do you say to that? No, I mean, this has nothing to do with the Makande. This has everything to do with Liberia. So we deal with it like that.
Why you imagine just a moment ago you posted on your face the official interpretation? Why you imagine? Why can you imagine?
Ask me later when we come back.
So, are you not sure about the ruling from the court today?
Suffolk Star was Representative Musa Asambelepe, and he just arrived, and he's trying to make his way in for the ruling to proceed. Howbeit,
Gradually, we will see lawmakers coming in bit
by bit. Right. So let us just take you.
So yes, sir.
The grounds of the Capitol. The grounds of
Second,
the
you listen to Honorable James Collette there, and there has been a rumor on the internet that their budget was resubmitted to the speaker, that they invited speaker, Honorable Konati Kopat. For you listen to James Collette there, he said it was just a rumor, and the Ministry of Information came up with a statement saying that they did not resubmit the budget. What they did was they printed 73 copies for all of the various lawmakers, and they submitted it to the chief clerk. So the acting chief clerk was the one that distributed those copies, but there has been some dis and misinformation on the internet as it relates to the issue of the budget.
So, just as we point our camera up on the first floor,
right,
there are folks who are already up there,
right,
and observing activities downstairs.
Right.
While those downstairs are also observing activities upstairs.
Right.
So we move to the first floor of the Temple of Justice. And these are all folks between the various windows. And if you want to go further, you will have folks watching the windows of the Supreme Court of Liberia.
But interestingly, the grounds of the Supreme Court is so jammed until everyone is eager to know where the ruling will come from.
This actually has been a talk of the town.
Right.
There are those who are in favor of House Speaker Jonathan Konati Kofa, and there are folks who are also in support of the majority bloc.
Right.
So, from the grounds of the Capitol, where there is just a fence separating the judiciary branch from the legislature, so you have them making their way over here on the grounds of the Capitol building to get first-hand information about the ruling that is sustained the Supreme Court.
But Honorable Collette made a statement when he was speaking to the press earlier. He says, according to him, he said that the Supreme Court cannot interfere in legislative politics. So, what does that mean? So, and it brings me to my next question to ask them, why are they here?
What's our politics or judicial matter?
Right.
The Constitution gives the three branches of government the power not to make, but with separate functions. So it is from that backdrop that Representative Jim Collette, and we want to assume that the court might come up with their ruling, but mind you, they cannot dictate to that body to do what the body thinks in their mind is outside of their rule of government.
Okay, great, because I think that needs to be, clear, because people are watching and they really don't understand legislative politics that of the Supreme Court ruling. So it brings me to the next one. The Deputy Speaker, Honorable Thomas Fada, gave the Vice Speaker, Honorable Konati Kofa, a week to, clear his office and retain all of what that was given to him by the legislature and the executive to return them. And so now we haven't seen that. We haven't seen any sign of that. What do you think will happen next?
So these are some of the many actions that were taken by folks from the majority bloc that prompted the Speaker to have taken a flag to the Supreme Court because he felt that the fact that they went people elected of speaker was done without due process. He has prayed for due process. Whatever decision I was taking, he actually argued that he was not given due process. So there were folks who were placed on committees. Take for example, Representative Saga people. He is the chair of Rules Order Administration. So upon the election of the speaker, they took the decision when the deputy speaker actually received the draft national budget. And when they received the draft national budget, that actually prompted their action because they needed to have worked in line with they wanted to have worked in line. So another lawmaker is coming, but it seems that you will not grant interview for what I'm looking at.
Yes.
So that's how it's how you get a single word from lawmakers coming here or the praise from lawmakers that actually come here because
I think parents of the lawmakers are usually just want to go in there and listen to what the wouldn't say. Most of them are not ready saying anything to the media.
No, you cannot be definitive. Okay, you cannot be definitive because the Supreme Court is not a political ground where politicians can assume they can tell you I'm going to win. If I don't win, like you have heard some lawmakers say, if I don't win, if I don't do this, if this doesn't happen, then I will resign my post. And at the end of the day, they will resign their post. You don't do anything with that. So this place, every word that's uttered in court is taken against you. So we want to be careful as to what they say and what not to say.
It makes a lot of sense. For folks, wherever you are, however you do join this live broadcast, we are here at the Supreme Court. We are here at the Capitol building specifically, and we are here bringing you all of the details and happenings here from the grounds of the Capitol. You just listened to Aizon. He has been here bringing you up to speed about what's happening here at the grounds of the Capitol. And I'm here with my colleague Matiami as well, and my name is Yasa Suba. But we are just having a series of conversation as it relates to what happened earlier in the past. So we are here to keep you updated. So please like, comment, and share our live broadcast wherever, however you join us.
Well, later on during this broadcast, we hope to speak to some Liberians who have actually made their way to get their side. Because this is about the minority and the majority. There are two sides to this entire saga. So, as the lawmakers are taking the side to go on the majority or the minority, so are Starbucks from the Capitol building. You are also in line with their bosses. And there are other Liberians out there, market people, who are taking the side.
If my boss is in problem, I want to know what's happening, what's going on. So, no one wants to be left behind. You want to be here to listen to what happens next.
So, this is exactly why you are seeing some of the folks here. And they are on the side debating. So it's only the Supreme Court that has that exclusive power to decide the case.
So I don't know who go to the comment section. If you go to the comment section, for just few recognition. Because I think my parents are eager to know what's happening here and they are dropping the comments below. So first, my colleague Ayazan is trying to find, comments to see how best to recognize few people that.
So this is Representative Summer Enos of District Number 6. and he's also he's also a part of the minority bloc, and he's making a way up in the chambers of the Supreme Court of Liberia. But quickly, as we await words from our judicial correspondent Fabikuya, who is in the chambers of the Supreme Court, we want to acknowledge some of our viewers who are following. So Umaru Kebe is following. And I see Isaiah Swa says he's following from Banga City, Mono County. Francis Swabu is also following the broadcast from his residence in Magibi County this afternoon. He said, "Peace is what we Liberians want." Thanks for commenting.
Indeed, peace is what everyone needs.
Akeem is watching live from Abuja in Nigeria.
Wow, that's nice.
And we also have Montgomery Kameli Williams. He says, is there a specific time that the ruling will take place? Well, the court started handing down the ruling at about 3 p.m. today. So, as soon as we get information from within the chambers of the Supreme Court, we'll be telling you what exactly is the ruling of the Supreme Court. Back to commerce, we have Nathan Bawi. Nathan Bawi is watching from Habel Firestone. And we have Rexin Conan. Rexin Conan is following from Chicken Farms in Prince community that's somewhere around the Jacobton area. We have Mali S. Moses is following from Israel. Veteran Joseph J. Dixon is also following from Maryland County Harper. Marco V says he's following from Abel Firestone. He said Marco V is my name. Francis B. Yeman Jr. is watching from Pligo City, Maryland County. Musa Fufana is also watching live from United Arab Emirates, UAE. Also have Win says, my name is Winston Weeks, watching from Norway. Thanks for watching. Promise Kakula is following from Swakoko Bon County. My Kula son says, he's here, I'm here. Talk along. Chocolate Smoke is following from Minnesota.
Okay.
Joseph Limine Walkler Dabe says, I'm watching from Shasta City, Grand County.
Interesting, whenever you're doing a recognition, a lot of people drop their comments below.
Yeah, certainly. It only pays to recognize people who are running their data,
right,
and who also have opinion on this subject that is under discussion. So some of them will want to weigh in as you want to speak to people who have come here to get their side. So it's the same you want to do for people who are watching on the live feed, and they want to drop their take on the matter.
Okay.
Anthony Akwe is also following on Barros International Airport. Abaku S2 is watching from Zweju City, Benjira County. Mayor Mati Zedi Toyi says, I'm watching from Eagle, Maryland County. Joseph Jojo Harris is following from Unification City. Is Unification City resident, Lower Magidi County. Liberia 1847 online television is watching live from USA. West Boston, the majority bloc will definitely win, he says. That's his opinion, I told you. And we also have Will Duet. Says, I'm watching from Kigali, Rwanda. Thanks for watching. Arizona reincarnated Socrates.
Reincarnated? Wow.
Yes, Arizona reincarnated Socrates. Tibet says, I'm watching from Red Light Bell. Thanks for watching. So, we win said those guys are blocking the view of the camera. Certainly. It's all happening live from Ransom.
So folks, we just see a wrap up on a little Prince tour from this my 8 Monrovia County. That's a little Prince tour this for my 8 Monrovia County. His excuse was he's going in there, the Supreme Court, and this is an administrative business. He just don't want to say anything to the press. Interestingly, everyone are waiting for the Supreme Court ruling before they can speak to the media.
So at times you want to listen to some of the questions that are being asked by journalists.
Right.
Why are you coming here? Why you? The presence of lawmakers here, whether coming 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock,
Right.
cannot tell me the ruling of the Supreme Court. So they are not key factors. Every day that once they are not here, then it means the Supreme Court will not rule. Well, back to
But his response was administrative business.
administrative. So whenever you hear people saying administrative, it seems that they cannot wrap their hand around it. That means
Okay.
sometimes you see executive marshal will fire people. It's an administrative reason. I'm going to keep it Friday.
Right.
Folks, this is state television, national broadcaster, LNTV Live, on the grounds of the Supreme Court in Monrovia is where we are at the moment. And there's a full team here with my colleagues, Masami Kone, yes, Asuba is also here. Fabikia is our judicial reporter. She's already in John Chambers. Not the John Chambers, we are so used to the John Chambers for
Yes,
the past.
I use the legislative word, so
sorry folks,
forgive us, okay?
Chambers of the Supreme Court of Liberia. And as soon as we get information from within, we will be filling you because we are not allowed to go in there with cameras.
Right.
Actually show you or bring live what is happening in the show. Our reporter will say,
The legislative, they call that executive. They own the executive.
once they are going for executive, we are not allowed to move in. Journalists
With their badges.
big out. Sergeant Adams. We also leave lawmakers will remain.
Folks, keep their comments coming.
So while we were talking, we just saw the arrival of Representative Zina Lemo, who
Join the majority
joined
vote.
the majority vote and then later flip. Mind you, on that day where the lawmaker of District Number 17, Nancy, allies, DKB, so personally enter into the gun chambers, and we saw his colleagues openly receiving him. It didn't take a while when we saw Representative Zina Lobo also come in and say, gotta do the Liberian people business.
Right, yes.
So I see Kanyo Barbara, who is also the councillor, and he's moving with a free case. I think he won't be allowed to enter. Will be children. But let's go there and see.
Okay.
And see exactly what is happening.
Okay.
Former campaign spokesperson of the Coalition for Democratic Change, a former defeated Representative Kennedy of District Number 3, Councillor Kanyo Barbara.
Are you saying that the full rule says students can observe the full proceeding? No, but they are. I'm sorry, there's no one else who will look after it now. Huh?
Is the officer embarrassing?
No, he's not. I'm just asking what the rule says because I'm going with my children to observe the full proceeding. Okay?
When you can bring in your kids before school when they get here, sir?
No, but I'm waiting now. I won't understand it.
Is there constitutional reliance?
Yeah?
From that.
What? So a councillor law called to the bar cannot go up with students to observe the court proceeding. Is that what you're saying? Yeah?
Look at the operation.
I'm asking you.
Are they unified?
So councillor law called to the bar cannot observe court proceeding in the gallery. Is that what the regulations say?
How can you prove they are students
No, these people are all with me. They're my children. They're sitting with me. We're observing the court proceeding. I'm a councillor law called to the bar.
I agree.
You're saying that the regulations say because I brought students here before to observe court proceeding.
This one is a state issue.
Yeah, it's a state issue. That's why they should learn. No, they shouldn't understand how the proceeding when the judge is going to go and read a ruling. What's wrong with them sitting there and listening to the reading of the ruling? Yeah.
The situation now is tense.
Just so they go in the car without me tense with them.
Up there, you control by them. But up there, you got this new person that we about to put the process in. The person that actually in another man and some people, some of them will break out there.
I'm going in the car with the car.
What are the gallery that they're talking about? Please, I told you, not beg your pardon. We don't that the picture of the type of going down because your kids are going here. Remember the public going? But listen, we're not stopping you.
Effectively, what happened in the they get go there, I guess go there.
We are looking at the situation. If the public are on the
No, that's no response. I was just waiting for the ruling.
Are you really embarrassed?
Are you really embarrassed? No, I'm not embarrassed. But it's fine. Yeah?
Members of the public going because of
We passed that matter already.
Thank you. Councillor Bala, the last time you brought students here, when they uniform?
That is beside the problem.
Wait a minute,
That's Councillor Kanu Bagbala there, with his kids, his three kids.
Councillor Kanu Bagbala and his 3 kids. So yes, I was asking the councillor as to whether the last time he brought students here, were they unified? Now, how can you put your unreasonable doubt that these are students and they have come to witness the court proceeding?
That's an interesting question, Aizen, because when you say they are students, I think they should be able to identify themselves. And also, you listen to the security apparatus they spoke about.
So I see now he's going back in.
Okay, yes, left now, making it.
Yes, left was stolen in his vehicle, and now he's going. So I think what he's going to learn in there will be transferred to his students or his children, I guess. But at the moment, they were actually denied, and there are donors who also come here. I have been denied on numerous occasions when I came here and wanted to go in, and the court officers told me that, well, the place is jam-packed. We are not denying you entry into the hall or the chamber, but the place is jam-packed and we cannot allow additional people to go. So there were all the reasons for court officers here to prevent the overall crowdedness. Because my you want to go into anyone who so desires to go in to see what it's going to have a jam-packed chambers in there. Yes, a judicial ground. They are very careful.
And for this case, it's kind of critical because it's a kid. It's not something to joke with. And also, the security apparatus spoke about the children's safety. Right now, the ground is really, really tense. So I don't think kids should be allowed in there. So for their own safety, they can just stay outside while the counselor go in there and observe the process. So he has already made his way in, and his children are now seated well in his car.
So I was thinking, what is the constitutional reliance that the councillor is being heavily backed by? That he's opting for his children to go in there, but that person was something.
According to the councillor, he said that he brought students here before. They witnessed how the ruling works. So this time around, he decided to bring his kids, which they are students, but they were not identified as students. So, the security apparatus saying, well, since that's the case, and this case is really critical, your children can stay outside for, security purposes, and you can make your way in to witness the ruling.
So we go back to our comment section. Then Liberia 1847 online television. This television seems to be the first television that was best because at the same time Liberia was given birth to and got for independent at the same time this television. So it's interesting. But Liberia 1847 online television says it shouldn't be let in. No playing fun here. So you are speaking in relation to the situation there with Representative Kanu Bagbala, that it shouldn't be let in. Talk on us.
But he had already made his way in.
Yes, so the point of contention was to get along with the people. That was the sticker issue. Right. Somebody is a councillor and he's not going to be denied. This place is almost like they are home. Right. So you don't want to deny him. But then going with 3 kids was something the folks thought they cannot allow at the moment.
But since everything has been put in order, we have police here who are well posted in case of anything here at the grounds of the Supreme Court. journalists are all here to witness this process and be able to broadcast to the media, be able to broadcast to Liberians that are following their online platforms to know what's unfolding here at the Supreme Court. We have live online television that are here to witness the day ruling process. So we are here to State Radio, ELBC Radio 99.9 and our LMTV platform. We are here to bring you all of the happenings. And I love for one part that you guys are dropping your comments below for recognition. Because we have a lot of people that are following and watching. We'd like to know what you're watching us from.
Top on Arisco Yake. So thank you, LNTV, for bringing us live happening at the grounds of the Supreme Court. I'm following live from the Arsenal Mutual Liberia Training Center, Free Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. Hope the Supreme Court do us justice. Well, that is from Chopon Arisco Yake. So this is why we have a full team here, and thanks to Masami Kona, who is making sure that the broadcast thanks to Masami Kona, who is making sure that the broadcast is coming to you with good quality audio output, making sure that we have sufficient power to bring this broadcast live to you here from the grounds of the Supreme Court in central Monrovia. Stanley Foley says, good afternoon, people of LMTV. Well, Stanley, we are doing okay. Thanks for watching. I agree, Jacob S. Bulletin is following from India, but it's 35 minutes. It's 35 minutes past 3 o'clock in central Monrovia. Debated some journalists from across diverse media institutions are here at the moment. I'm making sure that they provide coverage for their respective institutions. At the moment, we have not received any information from within the chambers of the Supreme Court. So at the moment, there are folks who are observing the process from in the facility of the Capitol building. So the fence you are looking at, and those beyond the fence are on the grounds of the Capitol building.
and are watching the process from within. And there are other folks who are seated on the grounds of the Supreme Court and are having their independent opinion on the matter about keep dropping your comment and tell us exactly where you are watching from as we await the ruling from the Supreme Court. It has been a month and a week plus running with this saga at the it's been a long war amongst legislature, specifically from the 55th National Legislature at the House of Representatives, where lawmakers are divided over the leadership of the House of Representatives. At this point, the court will decide and after the court ruling, another debate will ensue because my youth as per the ruling of the Supreme Court, based on the side the coin will fall, members from the majority or the minority will have their say as they leave the chambers of the Supreme Court. This is SIG Television, LMTV, and it's live from the grounds of the Supreme Court in Monrovia. Well, Benjamin Fomo is asking that we go in the house. Well, it doesn't work that way. This is judicial ground and it's the Supreme Court of Liberia. we are not allowed as media practitioners to go live from within the chambers of the Supreme Court. We have reporters who are already stationed in there and are taking note of what is being said. So as soon as our judicial reporter Fabian Kuya leaves the chambers of the Supreme Court, he's going to come directly before our camera to provide every necessary information you, the public, duly deserve to know from the ruling that will be handed down today by the Supreme Court of Liberia. So I'm taking a water break, not going off. I want to get a water. So thanks. Once again, thanks for rejoining us. This is going to serve as a precedent case again. For every time the Supreme Court rules in a critical matter of such, where serious controversy takes center stage over legislative matter, the Supreme Court will have to set a precedent case. Liberia 1847 online television. So this ruling will be final, and everyone should accept this ruling from the Supreme Court. Ambassador Stanley Tibet is watching from upper part world. Thanks for watching, Ambassador Stanley Tibet is nearing 40 minutes up to 4 o'clock. Up to 4 o'clock is the time here from where we broadcast. Stick Radio 99.9. It's on LMTV Live. Giving live coverage from the branch of the Supreme Court in Monrovia. Matthew Tupa is watching from Monrovia District 17. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Matthew. The argument is on. The argument is on from bystanders. Mohammed Bai Poli is following the Tenza, Italy. This ruling today will determine the fate of justice under this administration. We are watching to see whether justice has eyes or not. Let justice take its proper seat in the hearts of Liberians. We are above all. Thanks for comment. Tatos Brambo Taba. I'm watching from Jipotan New Star gas station. Liberians are out here in anticipation of the coast meeting involving two separate blocks at the House of Representatives. The majority block and the minority block. You saw as Wilson S. Doki says, I'm watching from San Nicolas City. Saland Dibis announced legislative status.
Where are you?
So it's 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes now, pushing us up to 4 o'clock. Clearance. Some have come here for their personal issues, different cases here at the Supreme Court. But at the moment, this has taken center stage, and everyone would love to get the final ruling coming from. Jallo says, I'm watching from Central Monrovia. Thanks for watching. And Tatos Bravo Tama says, please improve on the volume. Tatos, what would that improvement be? You say that the volume is low, or the volume is terrible. You indicate that in the comment section. But we are still here. We have to get lawyers from our judicial report of having clear. Festor is watching from Monrovia. Thanks for watching, Festor. Okay, so thank you, Tatus. And we are going to be a bit audible and make sure the volume is at an appreciable level. Horace Wilson is watching from, he says, any of Liberia. Well, that's good to hear from you. So the Supreme Court is just a stone throw away from the budget bureau, and where you have the Atlantic Ocean. So some of the grinding you may hear in the background coming from the microphone is as a result of the breeze, or if you know the wind that is coming from the Atlantic Ocean. It's not our fault. Alex Moshino Boy is watching from Buchanan.
NSK Waka is watching. NS is watching from Louisville City. Thanks for watching, NS. Police are still deployed in front of the main entrance leading up to the chambers of the Supreme Court of Liberia. Now we have 1 minute to 4 o'clock. And we are yet to get any information coming in from the Supreme Court, specifically in the chambers where the court is already coming down with this ruling. Now, as soon as Fabian Quia, who is ELBC judicial reporter, provides information that is needed by the public, certainly we will be bringing you information coming in from the chambers of the Supreme Court of Liberia. Yesiniba is my name. Yasa Suba is also here. Sami Kone is here. Fabian Quia, Richmond Sam is our chauffeur. He is very hard working. Driver who takes us to places of importance on a daily basis, making sure that Philip Q. is watching from Fishtown City, River G County. Thanks for watching. Arochie Unbreakable Tape says, I am watching from Fargo, North Dakota. Thanks for watching and keep sharing our live broadcast.
The father we are talking already, right? This one.
At the moment, we've been told that the judgment of the Supreme Court is being read, and the Supreme Court is handing down their judgment. The Supreme Court at the moment is handing down judgment. Socrates Hine is watching from Ghana, Buduburam refugee camp. Thanks for watching. Joe Topa says, I'm watching from Victorious Island, Lagos State, Nigeria. Thanks for watching. Joe Topa. Journalists are all gathered and waiting for the news. Some journalists will have to take a break. So, though not a judicial reporter, but for the past times that we've been here, we were told that once you see the flag of Liberia hoisted and flying high, it means the Supreme Court is in session. And so yesterday when we came here, we saw that the flag was not up as is being seen today. These are tips that are needed for the public, so that as ordinary citizens in Liberia, once you come here at the Supreme Court and look up to where the flagpole is stationed, and if there are news in the public about the court handing down judgment in a particular case and you don't see the flag up, that simply means the court is not doing business at the moment. Sekou Dukle is watching from Banjo community. We've gone a little over 9 minutes. Past 4 o'clock. And I yet to see any of the lawmakers from the majority or the minority bloc making their way outside. So that means the court is still handing down its judgment. Ibrahim Musa Sharif is watching from his rescue corner in Lokington. But it's on LNTV live, State Radio ELBC 99.9. It's coming to you live from the Supreme Court of Liberia. It's been 1 month two weeks since the fight for supremacy at the House of Representatives took center stage amongst lawmakers. Jonathan Fonati Kofa, and they managed to have the deputy speaker on their side. They managed to have gotten the deputy speaker on their side. And that was one of the sticky issues
between the two groups. The lawmakers from the majority bloc struggle to have Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala on their side. They have quite an appreciable number, but struggle to get the deputy presiding, who is Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala, on the outside, and then after they succeeded in having the Deputy Speaker on the outside, it was a matter of war and prove the Speaker Bonati who stuck to 30 members, found it difficult to have quorum to allow him to proceed as Speaker or presiding in chambers. And the minority will go about on two different occasions opting to remove the Speaker. Until that fateful day when they obtained the number and the resolution was signed by 50, as they said. That actually paved the way for the Deputy Speaker to have called for an election of a new Speaker of the House of Representatives after the Deputy and Acting Chief Clerk C4 So when the acting chief clerk took siege of the budget that was submitted to that body, the lawmakers from the majority bloc started sensing a bit of legitimacy in their workings at so a few days the Speaker J. Bonati was seen turning over 4 SUV, not 4 but 3 SUV jeeps and a bus that is intended to be used by staff of the legislature.
And when the majority bloc received the draft national budget for 2025, they felt that it was prudent that the Committee on Ways, Means and Finance come into function, signified those who were actually occupying or is actually occupying the position, Ways, Means and Finance, Rule, Order and Administration, Chair on Executive, Foreign Affairs, were all on the side of Speaker Konatikofa. So they needed to have taken some actions to immediately suspend, after in their minds they met all of the requirements of due process that was given them to appear before plenary, and they failed to do so. The body reached a decision to declare the position of the Chair on Ways, Means and Finance, Rule, Order and Administration Executive, all vacant. And they also saw a complaint coming from 6 lawmakers who complained that on the first day where the lawmakers claimed that they were denied access to the chambers and decided making their way to the joint chambers, they claimed that Bonn County District 3 lawmaker Josiah Mavinko instructed the sergeant at arms to lock the various entrances leading to the joint chambers, and that was heavily resisted by members of the majority bloc, and saw the forceful entry of lawmakers into the joint chambers. On that day, the lawmakers claimed that some of their personal staff of securities, one among which was raised, was that a lawmaker claimed that his security was stacked on his side. All of these complaints were bundled into a single position that the body decided to invite those involved, Representative Edward Papi Fobo of District number 11, Representative Josiah Mavinko, Representative Abu Bana Kamara. They all were invited. The acting chief clerk, upon numerous complaints and instruction that was given to him by the plenary to write and take the communication in all aspects, written, emails, WhatsApp, telephone call, SMS, to those involved, and he said he met all, and the state failed to appear before the body. Another point was when the acting chief clerk said, in fact, some of the lawmakers threatened that should the acting chief clerk go before them with any communication of such, you have yourself to be blamed.
So all those complaints came in the plenary of the majority bloc, and they took the decision to remove those involved and those on the committee named Committee on Ways, Means and Finance, Committee on Rules, Order and Administration, Foreign Affairs and Executive were all removed and replaced. That saw Representative Feedback Jewel coming in as the new Ways, Means and Finance Chair, who was appointed by Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala. And we also saw Representative Sekou Kane of Monrovia County District 2 also coming on to take the position as chair on the executive. Representative Jean Colette of District number 2, Bon County, who is a fierce rival to Representative Josiah Mavinko of the same Bon County, but he's from District 2 and they share a common border or boundary, was replaced by his fellow colleague from Bon County, James Colette. And upon the appointment of Representative Jean Colette and others, the Bon County District 2 lawmaker immediately was instructed to retrieve all of the vehicles that were presented by House Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa. And the Sergeant at Arms at the House of Representatives was also instructed to work in line with the chairman, James Colette, now who took on the position of chairman on Rules, Order and Administration, to retrieve the vehicles. And so they managed to retrieve 3 vehicles, SUV jeeps, and the bus. At the moment, they are all packed in the facility, or if you may, on the grounds of the Capitol building. So, when the lawmaker returned on Thursday of that week, an issue was raised by Representative Jean Colette, who said that they were informed and they placed a call to Saga Motor, a company that the House purchased the vehicles from, and were told that the vehicles that the Speaker procured in terms of the SUV were actually 4 and not 3 and a single bus. So then the lawmaker, in his explanation to plenary that they were also told that the 4 SUV were brought into country. So the chairman on Rules, Order and Administration, Representative Jean Colette, was again instructed to make sure that whatever the remaining 1 vehicle is should be brought on the Capitol building.
folks, I'm seeing, though we are not getting any information from within, but I'm seeing supporters believe to be from the side of, or in support of Speaker Fonati Kofa, jubilating. Supporters, or people believe to be supporters, are jubilating. Our judicial report of Fabian Kuya, who will come out and tell us what exactly is the ruling from the Supreme Court. But until then, these are folks who are believed to be supporters of Speaker Fonati Kofa and are celebrating. Speak to Representative Samba Koga. Welcome to LNTV, sir. You came here early this morning, took your time, went in the chambers of the Supreme Court, and just coming outside, we saw people jubilating. Do you care to tell us what exactly was the ruling from the Supreme Court?
You know, to listen and to retain two different things. The Supreme Court is simply trying to say that they said the lower number should compare in order to have quorum. But the Constitution does not have any clue to create punishment for any absentee. You understand? And then it also says that in the absence of the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker presides. And therefore, we should go, the Supreme Court cannot tell us what to do. So it simply means that majority still remain as it is. If we even went back, our position is our position. So many will go back there. The Speaker is in control now. What next? No.
Where is the follow formula? Yeah. What?
Lady on language or
what's our understanding?
The court said the issue of majority, the phrase should be interpreted in totality. Meaning, Article 33 is intended that majority should be able to transact business. Where majority will be absent, it is at that point the lower number can compare their political camp. So to be absent, but they have been quorum, and that quorum has been established, and the speaker has been removed. There's a new speaker going now to transact business. No, the majority is transacting business, and that business has been able to establish a new speaker. So going to transact business and lead with that mandate. But the court will not answer our internal mental.
So what's the Supreme Court tell you that they cannot interfere?
They can interfere.
Then why will you do that? They're saying that you are coming back.
The right thing is to keep your Article 33 that we have explained to you, and you cannot accept that the majority will transact business, and the speaker is Honorable Richard going now.
Well, folks, listen to Representative Foley Famula of Bon County, and he has said that at the moment the Supreme Court did not say whether the Supreme Court did not say whether Speaker Fonati Kofa
there's a power established
in the I tell you, the English had all of
Supreme Court, and what we continue to say was just re-echoed by the Supreme Court. Listening to the Supreme Court used Article 33 of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, that there were two phrases that were always misinterpreted. One that called for simple majority to conduct business, and the minority side were always claiming that the minority will compel members to come to work. And in listening to the Supreme Court, the justice said that what is defined within the Supreme Court is in the freedom mind of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia that there will always be members who may not be present. So in our case, the minority will join. But to establish the business of the other representatives is always the majority. The one that case is the sitting of the majority.
Just like majority. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Councillor Shama, in one word, how you want to say this is LNTV to Liberian people? How did the ruling go?
The Supreme Court never declare any action unconstitutional. Thank you. That's what he said. They never declare any action unconstitutional.
What did the Supreme Court say?
He said we'll go back and continue our business. Yes. You with the law.
So does that mean that Speaker Rachel
won? Hey, thank you.
The prayer of the petitioners, the prayer of the petitioner was to ask the Supreme Court to declare our setting unconstitutional. And the Supreme Court is saying to you, there is no law that has been passed by the legislature that will tell the legislature that will influence or for minority to compare the majority, no law. Say you not get law that will make the minority to compare the majority, and in the absence of the speaker as presiding, the deputy speaker is the presiding. That's a very important information gathered today, because this issue that deputy speaker presiding is not constitutional presiding. The Supreme Court is clear. In the absence of the speaker, the deputy speaker is the presiding. Then, in the absence of a law that has not been promulgated by the legislature to make the minority to compare the majority, the Supreme Court said they cannot enact or make said law on behalf of the legislature. Thereby, the prayer of the former Speaker J. Fanati Kopa, the representative of District Number 2 Grand Group, was never accepted, it was denied. You know what I'm saying there? Yes. To say, I want you to declare the action unconstitutional, they say no law in Article 33 that will make the minority to compare the majority. The legislature has not enacted that law. Until then, you go by and work consistent with law. So if we bring back, we have the majority of our speaker. We are going to do business.
The majority of black is going to do business. Wouldn't that be a disrespect?
No, listen to the ruling. They said, when you say declare the court unconstitutional, the people ain't why? Because Article 33 says the minority shall compare the majority. Yes. The court said there is no law that will make the minority to compare the majority. The C court says that in interpreting the Constitution, it must be interpreted in a totality. Okay. Now with a specific phrase, the Supreme Court says in the absence of the speaker as presiding, the deputy speaker is the presiding. Yes. And he said, what do you want here again? It's a victory for the majority.
In the midst of everything you say, folks on the minority block are already celebrating.
I don't care about that celebration.
Being lifted by some of the support.
No, they don't understand why it's unfolding. They don't understand why there's unfolding. This is not sentiment.
So you think they're celebrating? You think they're celebrating as a result of misunderstanding of the
exactly. And know this. After the ruling, I went to my lawyer interpreter. But I challenged you, none of them went to a lawyer. The judge ruled the I said, ooh. And I went to my lawyer, Councillor Shama has told me the court was not able to pass on this matter. But from what you prayed for once, your prayer was not accepted. The prayer was denied.
Okay.
The prayer was denied. So when the prayer is denied,
what's the next plan of action? What's the next plan of action?
Pardon me?
When the majority of black, what's the next plan of action?
To ensure that we do like court business, Rachel Nangbekun is the Speaker of the 50th Legislature, and we are now calling on the executive to ensure that all immunities in the name of the speakership, with that former speaker that called himself Kofa, the Grand Crew representative, that everything is retrieved from him and sent over to the right speaker of the 50th Legislature.
Thank you very much for sending us to TV.
Remember that the court has a prohibition on it. Let me say this to you. The issue of the court seizing, the issue of the court having jurisdiction, do you think the court want to rob us of power? No. the court will not want to take our own power and throw it away. So the issue of court saying high jurisdiction is not a victory of fanatic.
What do we expect to hear the budget hearing?
What I mean, I'm not a member of the budget committee. What I can say to you is plenary send the budget committee room, and it is my expectation that the committee will ensure that the budget, the timetable is brought out, that agency or institutions, revenue generating entities will come as the normal procedure to appear before the committee in terms of how they can contribute from there. As many entities can come, that the right things can be done for library.
This has been a national issue, and you are from Bon County. For those in Bon County who understand Pele, they want to know as to what did the Supreme Court say in their local dialect.
I want to say to them that Mehai, Miga Gumenu prayer, if I put it at Ubay, put it at Yay, Mego Gavana Menyon, if I put it at Plow again, put it at Pumate, again, Megay, go here and there, Jeba get I hear you, I get to go here, my the word, the take with the Banako, get put it at when you're power for two, you're quiet, don't have done yet, no poor about that again, no point about the corner, go tell the man that got done up for 1986, go tell the man who into hammer, go that word tongue by live there again, no poor, it got back again, no point about the corner, eh, do not matter, what in your bread done by the deal, eh, put over done by the deal, there could have so get you out of me, cancel go far, sugar prayer, women no pray for a day, I get what come up with table now, I get put up my debt, but I can milk, I mean, the good table, but I pray, yeah, never get, I shall try them again, when you want to make them work, put it with the banana, and you have to put on me, I'm going to put my paper, get your man who is going to get me, yeah, okay,
thank you very much. Well, James Cohen of Bon County District 2, who has been speaking to us. After that brief explanation in English, we thought that he needed to have provided an explanation in the Pele vernacular, because Bon County is a big county, and folks from Bon County has been following the issue since, in fact, he is a lawmaker from Bon County, so we asked him to speak the Pele vernacular and explaining to his people what exactly did the court say. So to sum up all of this hauling and pulling, majority block is running as they have won, and minority bloc is also claiming that they have won. So we have our judicial reporter Fabian Kuya, who has been in there forever and is now down to give us exactly what did the Supreme Court say. Fabian, good afternoon, good evening, as per our viewers' location. Welcome once again to LNTV.
Thank you, yes, sir.
Tell us exactly what did the Supreme Court say?
Well, the Supreme Court, from our analysis, is a win-win situation, because it was clearly stated up that it's a political thing and not judiciary matters. And so the ruling that the Supreme Court gave was that they cannot do what the legislature failed to do. And so if they do that, they will be in violation of the separation of powers, and so they asked members of the House of the Representatives to go and conduct themselves. That was the ruling of the court.
So that means we're going to see the majority bloc going back to their joint chambers and doing what they have been doing over the period.
They're going to go back to stand their ground and do what they want to do.
And the minority will remain?
They will remain on that side, because the Chief Justice, she read the opinion of the court, and there was this article 66 and 33 that she quoted that it gives ground to majority leaders, majority bloc to have a section, and also simple majority. So in this situation, the case you have them going back to where they came from, because the simply asked them to go and conduct themselves, and anybody would just look at that sentence to what's happening, because they don't want interference because of what is happening So in that case, it's a win-win situation because if you have the same opinions about the five justices, that would be a win and lose. But the surprising thing is that everybody gets silent. So there was no one that had to say anything.
But if you go back,
no, there was nobody that had to say anything. Normally you go out to vote and so it gets silent. So they were in favor of that decision they were making for the court that the house should go back and conduct themselves. Those were the exact
so that means we're going to still have the impasse ongoing at the Capitol.
Of course, until they can conduct themselves, because the court did acknowledge the fact that equally so also mentioned about this being political there. And so because of the separation of powers, we try to step in abolition. So the everybody so they simply told them that go back and get themselves so we need situation in the case we don't have resources from the analysis. I think they need to go back to decide because everybody told me as we see both have choices. So it's definitely to analyze the
Thank you very much, folks. But just before we conclude this broadcast, my colleague Yasa Suba has a question for our reporter.
Yes, thank you so much. Earlier on today, when we witnessed the arrival of Honorable James Koder, he spoke with the media and, he told us that whatever, the court says here today, they are not going to go by it. And, the court have already ruled and they send them back to go back, to conduct their regular thing. And Sarah's member from the majority bloc were saying that they will conduct their session in the joint chamber. So what happens then if it does not sit under the current Speaker J.
Well, from the ruling, as I said earlier, they could have ruled separation of powers was mentioned in the ruling. It's determined as violation that though they have the power constitutionally. But all in all, they asked them to go and conduct themselves, meaning they should go about. So, as I said earlier, it's a win-win situation for both groups. Because definitely the majority bloc, the self-star majority bloc, will go and have session, and also Francis Kofa will conduct his. Because Article 33 of the Constitution, the Article 66 also give them the right that the majority bloc will have session, they can preside in the absence of the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker can preside. So I'm sure with the court notifying that, they will have that on one of their state to use as something to govern themselves. But all in all, I think the House of Representatives should conduct themselves as the court asked them to do in a ruling. So we're going to see how it's going to play up as of Tuesday, as whether they will go under the gavel of Fanati, because the majority and self-star majority blocks, they have the numbers. And so they expect Fanati to come to there and know you will not want to go under the gavel and they really want to go. So we are hoping and praying that this won't escalate. We are hoping and praying that we'll find a solution based on the ruling of the Supreme Court. So we're going to see what's going to happen as of Tuesday next week and onwards. Thank you.
So thank you, well, folks. You listen to our judicial report on Fabin Kuya. So the news to take away is nothing has happened. The lawmakers will return to the grounds of the Capitol building. The majority bloc will still have their way. If you can just spin our camera, because we have to give way for the escort vehicle of the Chief Justice, and we were actually positioned in the parking space. But what is exactly the news coming from the Supreme Court is there is a win-win situation. Both parties will have to go back as they were. The majority bloc will go on and carry their business, and the Speaker bloc will have to maintain his side. If he can continue on, we can move on. At the moment, it is a win-win situation. The court was not definite as to who won and who lost. The court said, go back and do your business.
But Aison, interestingly, I don't know whether you observed. So I think we need to palm our camera a little bit. So we just come up here. Just before we can call this a day. Today I did not, see the presence of the deputy speaker. I don't know, it's kind of concerning because, the last session that was held in the joint chambers, he was not there. So I don't know.
So there are news, rumor have it that the deputy speaker is not well, so he's seeking some medication outside the country, but we cannot independently verify that. But that has been in the public. So folks, we have to give way now because our judicial reporter Fabin Kuya is running back on this to have the news for 7 o'clock. Thanks to Yasa Suba, thanks to Masami, who has been here and making sure that this broadcast is brought to you live, quality and power support. Thanks to our entire team, Fabin Kuya has been here. Our chauffeur, Richmondson, has also been here. From the grounds of the Supreme Court in Monrovia, the court has ruled, and it is a win-win situation. Lawmakers are going to return to the capital. Majority bloc will continue their business, and the bloc of Speaker Funati Kofa will also maintain his if he doesn't increase the number to have quorum, he will remain as he is, and the majority bloc will remain as they are. Thanks for watching. My name is Aisiniba. Good day.